Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we'll be looking at all the different brainrot rarities, how rare they are, how much money they make, and yeah, that kind of stuff. Alright, let's start with the common brainrots. Basically, they're always available. They make from like 1 to 10, like whatever you call it, cash every like second, and yeah, they're pretty easy to get, you know. Now we've got rare, they're literally like pretty much always there. If you look, you'll be able to find them. They make from like $20 to $60 each second, and yeah, they're pretty affordable. And now we've got epic, still pretty common, to be honest, not that hard to get. They make from 100 to 200 every second, and yeah, still very affordable unless you're kind of a beginner. It's like your first time playing, but yeah, still pretty affordable. And now we've got legendaries. Now these aren't that, well, they're pretty easy to get, to be honest. You stay in the game for like every 5 minutes they spawn in, so yeah, they're pretty easy to get. Make from like 200 to $1,200 each second, and you know, pretty just easy to get. They do cost a little bit more, but still really cheap for anyone that's good. Alright, now we have mythics. These are guaranteed every 15 minutes. They're not as common, but you know, they're not as good as they used to be, but they're still pretty good. Some legendaries make pretty similar to mythics, especially with mutations, but yeah, still definitely buy some. Alright, now we've got brainrot gods. These are very rare. They spawn when the game reaches a certain amount of likes, and you can't get them in private servers, so yeah, but they do spawn in. It will say on the leaderboard, and you know, they're still not as hard as secrets, of course, but yeah, they're pretty hard to get. They make you a lot of money, ranging from like 10,000 all the way to 200,000, but yeah, pretty rare. Cost a bit more money, but won't really affect you if you're rich. And yeah, alright, finally we have secrets, and these earn from like 250,000 to 50 million, which is pretty crazy. And you know, they're pretty hard to get, or they're very hard to get actually, and there's no timer for them. They less than 0.01% chance of spawning, and yeah, they make from 250,000 to 50 million, which is pretty crazy. They're pretty expensive, to be honest. From 50 million to all the way to 10 billion, which is kind of crazy. And also there are these really rare brainrots. I think the rarest one right now is Garama and Medundung, whatever, however you pronounce that, and gets you like 50 million a second, which is pretty crazy, without mutations or rebirths. So yeah, it's pretty crazy. And also a bunch more that are really rare, like way less than 1% chance of getting, or not way less, but still around like 100 million a second with rebirths. So yeah, pretty crazy. Like and subscribe if you have good brainrots. Yeah, just like this video. I don't know how this is helpful, just explaining things. Bye bye, subscribe.